first rule. What is rule number 1 here? Now first you need to decode the given rules here. According to rule number 1, if an even number is followed by, even number is followed by what? Even number is followed by an odd prime. Now even number followed by odd, which is a prime number, then what is the operation we need to do? Then the resultant will be the addition of these two, add these two. Then rule number 2, now in this rule number 2, if an odd number is followed by a square, now this odd is followed by a perfect square, then odd followed by a square, then the resultant will be the difference between these two. Then rule number 3. Now in this rule number 3, odd number followed by another odd number. Odd followed by another odd number, and but not a square. Okay? But not a square. And square and ruled out. But it should not be a square. Then addition of both these two. As what is the next operation here? Addition. Then after this one, step number 4, if an even number is followed by an odd number which is non-prime. Non-prime means odd number which is composite. Then the difference between these two numbers. Then in step number 5, rule number 5, odd number followed by an even number. Odd followed by even, odd number followed by an even number. Then the resultant comes by multiplying the numbers. Now this is what the information we have. Plus, minus and into. Then in these type of questions in row number 1, how many elements are there? 3 numbers. 5, 16 and 6. 5, 16 and 6. Now in this one first we need to operate upon 5 and 16. Now 5 and 16, what happened to this one? 5 and 16. 5 is an odd number and 16 is a square. Now it comes under according to rule number 2, isn't it? According to rule number 2, what is the operation? What we need to do? Difference between these two. And 16 minus 5 is 11. As 11 is there, now the resultant of these two numbers should be operated upon the leftover number, that is 6, third number. Now 11 and 6. 11 is an odd number followed by 6 is an even number, odd and even, and it comes under rule number 5. As what is the operation we need to do? 66. And the resultant of the first row is 66. Are you following this one or not? Then coming to the next one, 4, 3 and 7. Now in this 4, 3 and 7, first we need to work out these 4 and 3. Now in this 4 and 3, 4 is an even number. And 3 is what? Odd, which is prime. Hence it comes under rule number 1. Hence plus. 4 plus 3 is how much? 7. Now 7, and what is the number left over here? 7 is left over. As 7 and 7 are left over, 7 is an odd number, followed by another odd number, that is rule number 3. Odd followed by odd but not square. Then what is the sum of these two? The operation is difference, addition, and 66 and 14. Resultant of row 1 is 66 and resultant of row 2 is 14. Now the question is about what is the find out the sum of both the rows. That means R1 plus R2. R1 plus R2 is how much? 66 plus 14, and it is 80. Hence 80, that is given in choice 3. Clear? 80, and it is given in choice 3 is the answer. This is about question number 5, choice 3. Yes, is this clear? And this is how you need to work out these type of questions. As 6 and 7, tell me, shall I explain this one? 6 and 7, anything to be explained in these two? Chepandi tvarga. 6 and 7 ledani explain cheyamante inkosari explain chestam. Sixth one. Now question number 6. Now in question number 6, now what is the number we have? Question number 6. Sixth one, what is the difference of both the rows? Now 8, 5 and 9 are the numbers given. 8, 5 and 9. Now 8, 5 and 9, first we need to take the first two numbers. 8 and 5. 8 is an odd number and 5 is again, 8 is an even number, 5 is an odd number, even followed by odd, and again 5 is what? Prime number. Hence what is the operation we need to do? 8 plus 5, 13. Now this is 13 and 9 is the number here, and 13 and 9. 13 is an odd number and 9 is a square, odd number and a square. Tell me, what is the operation here? Odd followed by a square. Now the difference between these two, 13 minus 9 is how much? 4. Hence the resultant of first row is 4. Then coming to the second row, 7, 6 and 3. Now in this 7, 6 and 3, 7 is an odd number and 6 is an even number. Odd followed by an even according to rule number 5. 7 into 6 is how much? 42. And what is the number left over here? 3. Now 42 and 3. 42 is an odd number and 3 is an odd prime. Hence 42 plus 3. Yes, what is the number we have? 45. Now 44 and 45 are the resultant of these two rows. Now the question is about difference between these two. What is the difference between these two? 45 minus 4, that is 41. 41, choice 2 is the answer. Clear? Hence, in this one, we need to write down these conditions very, very carefully. And while writing down these conditions, if you have made any mistake, all the 5 questions will be gone. Done? And this is about question number 6. Choice 41, choice 2 is the answer. Done with this? The next one is question number 8 to 11. Now in this 8 to 11, what is the information here? There are 7 persons. Who are those 7 persons? M, N, O, P, Q, R and S are the 7 persons. Now these 7 persons are living in a separate floor, in a 7-floor building, but not necessarily in the same order. Now these 7 persons are living on 7 different floors, isn't it? 7 different floors. And each one of them is using a mobile of Sony, Lenovo and so on, and also using a different network. Network is given and the mobile is given. Now we need to identify who is staying on which floor and the mobile he owns and the network it is operated upon. Then question numbers 8 to 11. First let us go through the information once here. R is living on an odd number floor. R living on an odd number floor, R could be either 1, 3, 5, 7, there are 4 possibilities. And at the same time, and O is not living on an odd number floor, O is living on an even number floor and he is living above the floor and he is not living above the 4th floor. That means O is living on an even number floor, not above the 4th floor. How many possibilities we have? Yes, are you following this one or not? Now this O must be, and he is not living above the 4th floor. And this O must live on an even number floor. Hence tell me where should this O be? Either 4 or 2nd, 2 possibilities, isn't it? Either that person could be 4th floor or the 2nd floor. We can directly cannot take on the 2nd floor. Okay, not above the 4th floor. 4th floor పైన అయితే లేడు కనుక ఎక్కడ ఉండాలి? 4th floor అయినా ఉండొచ్చు, 4th కన్నా దిగదు. చాలా మంది మీరు దేనికి 2 తీసేసుకునే ఛాన్సెస్ చాలా ఎక్కువ ఉన్నాయి, isn't it? 2 ఫిక్స్ చేస్తారు, అది రాలేదనుకుంటే ఇక మధ్యలో ఆపేస్తారు. Done? Hence there are 2 possibilities. What are those 2 possibilities? Hence this O can be either on the 4th floor or on the 2nd floor. అందుకే స్టార్టింగ్లో ఇది అడిగాం. As soon as I have read this information, I have asked you regarding your inference. Most of you have opted for floor 2 or not. Done? Hence you need to take care of this information very, very carefully. Hence how many floors are there? Hence in total we have some 7, 6, 5, 4 and 3, 2 and 1. There are 7 floors. Now in these 7 floors, 7 persons are staying, and now we need to find out the mobile, at the same time the network and the person, isn't it? Mobile, network and the person. R is and O is not living. Hence what is the position of this O? O can be either on the 4th floor or O can be on the 2nd floor, isn't it? O can be on this, and R is living in an odd number floor. O is not living on an even number, odd number floor, and is not living above 4th floor. R is, and O is this one. And Q is living on an odd number floor, but not above O's floor. Now Q is living in an odd number floor, but not above O's floor. Hence in the first case, and in the second case, Q is on the first one. And in the first case, Q can be either on the first floor or on the 3rd floor. Are you getting my point or not? Then R living on an odd number floor. R living on an odd number floor. R is 1, 3, 5, 7. R living on an odd number floor. And O is, we have taken this O, and Q is living in an odd number floor but not above O's floor. Hence Q is below O's floor. And next one. As what is the next information we have? There are 3 floors between the persons of Q and the one who has Nokia. Now between Q and Nokia, how many are there? There are 3. Now 1, 2, 3. Nokia can be on the 5th floor. Are you getting this point or not? Now there are 3 floors between these two, hence Nokia must be, now this is Nokia, and Nokia must be on the 5th floor. Now in the second case we have taken Q on the 1st floor, isn't it? And now in this case there are 2 possibilities. Q can be either on the 1st floor or on the 3rd floor. And if Q is here 1, 2, 3, Nokia can be on the 5th floor. This is one possibility. And if it is invalid, then we can directly take Q on the 3rd floor, isn't it? Because the space is very limited here and we cannot take 3 possibilities at a time. Then, and there are 3 floors between the persons of Q and the one who has Nokia. And next one who is living in an odd number floor has Lenovo mobile with BSNL. And Lenovo and BSNL, Lenovo, BSNL, this person must be an odd number, isn't it? Lenovo and BSNL odd number floor. And one who has Moto is living immediately above the floor of the one who is using Idea. And Moto is immediately above Idea. Moto is immediately above this Idea. Immediately above this Idea. The one who has Moto is living immediately above the floor of the one who is using Idea. And one of them living either on top or on the ground floor. One of them means either Moto or Idea is either on the top or on the ground floor. Moto can be on the top floor or Idea can be on the ground floor. And both these 2 persons, and both of them living below the one who has Lenovo mobile. Hence Moto cannot be on the 8th floor, 7th floor. As Moto cannot be on the 7th floor, hence where should this Moto? Moto must be on the 2nd floor. If Moto is on the 2nd floor, hence the network Idea must be on the ground floor, on the 1st. Are you following this one or not? Now between these 2, both these 2 are adjacent, and between these 2, one must be either on the top or the ground. And out of which both these 2 are below this Lenovo, which implies that these 2 cannot be at the top, and Idea is at the 1st floor and immediately followed by Moto. And Idea is the network here, and Moto is the mobile he owns. And both these 2 below Lenovo. And as many persons are living between the floor of O and Idea. Now here between O and Idea, how many are there? There are 2. And between O and Idea in the first case we are having 2, isn't it? And Q and R is 1, 3, 5, 7. Next one. And Q is 1 and 3, Lenovo, BSNL odd number, Lenovo 3 and 7. Now this Lenovo, BSNL could be either on the 3rd floor or on the 7th floor. And together 2 possibilities here, Lenovo 7th floor. And as many persons are living between the floor of O and Idea. Now in the first case between O and Idea there are only 2 people. Same number of persons between the persons of M and BSNL. Now between M and BSNL we must have exactly 2 people. Now in the first case M and BSNL we should have exactly 2 people. Now if M and BSNL there must be exactly 2 people, and if BSNL is on the 7th floor, yes, okay sir Jordan. Now I am fixing this one. Now this BSNL, what are the floors left over for this BSNL? Either 3rd floor or the 7th floor. And out of which if BSNL is on the 7th floor, then between O and Idea there are 2 floors. As there are 2 floors between this one, then BSNL and M, we must have 2 floors. Then O and M must be in the same flat, which is not possible, which implies that this BSNL cannot be on the 7th floor. Are you following this one or not? As BSNL cannot be on the 7th floor, then where should this BSNL? Lenovo and BSNL must be on this floor. Done with this? If Lenovo BSNL is here, now between O and Q there are 2, Lenovo and M there must be exactly 2. Hence M must be on the 6th floor. Now coming to this one, between O and Idea. Yes, O and Idea, in the second case, both these two are adjacent. At the same time, between Lenovo and M and, who is the other person here? M and this one, there must be exactly adjacent to each other. Avuna kada? And M and Lenovo, these two persons must be adjacent. Mari ippudu M and Lenovo ekkada undali cheppandi. Second case lo M and Lenovo, where should this M and Lenovo? Amma? Two possibilities. What are those two possibilities? 3 and 4 or 6 and 7. Isn't it? Because between O and Idea there is no person, hence M and Lenovo must be adjacent to each other. And out of which Lenovo must be odd. Hence 3 and 4 there is one possibility, or 7 and 6 there is another possibility. As of now we are left with the two possibilities in the second case. Then SC is using, and whatever this R is 1357. Now 3 and 7 are valid till now. And SC is using Docomo, SC is Docomo, and P is Samsung Mobile. Both of them are living above O. Both of them are living above O. Who are those two persons here? S and P. Now SC is using Docomo network and P is having Samsung. As P is having Samsung, P must be on the 7th floor. If both these two persons are above this O, hence SC is here. And SC is using, what is the? Docomo. The network is Docomo and P has using Samsung. Now this P is Samsung. Done with this? P is Samsung. And SC is using Docomo network and P has Samsung Mobile. Both of them are living above this O. As both of them are living above this O, both of them are living above the floor of O. Next one, as above the floor of O, now this R lives on an odd number floor. As R lives on an odd number floor, 1, 5, 7 were done. Now we are left with the third floor. Hence R must be on 1, 3, 5, 7. If R is on 1, 3, third floor, then who is the person left over? N is the person left over, N must be on the second floor. Sir, N is on the second floor. If N is on the second floor, then next one, as many persons living between S and R. Now between S and R there is exactly one person, same number of persons living between Uninar and LG. Now between Uninar and LG there must be exactly one person. And Uninar and LG there must be exactly one person. The possibilities could be 2, 4, 4, 6. And they get the alternate place lo undali. 2, 4 or 4, 6. And maximum number of people living between the persons of one who has Vivo and the one who is using Jio. Vivo and Jio, maximum number of people were there. Maximum number of people were there, which implies that Jio is a network. That means 5 persons in between these two. Hence Jio must be here. If Jio is here, next Vivo must be here. Here, this is the case wherein these two will have the maximum number of people in between. Then, now earlier we have left one information. Now in between, as many persons living between S and R, same as Uninar and LG. S and R and Uninar and LG. Now Uninar and LG is what? Uninar and LG. Again 2, 4 or 4, 6, both these two are valid. One who has Sony Mobile using Vodafone and Sony using Vodafone network, as Sony is using Vodafone network. As many floors are there between P and S, double between M and R. Now between P and S and M and M and R is twice that of P and S. Now P and S there is only one, M and R there are two. And that information is not at all required because we have already got that information. Then coming to this one, Lenovo, BSNL we have done. R1357, Q and so on. And what are the other things left over here? Panasonic, and now we have one information, M and R. As many persons between the one Uninar and LG, S and R. Between S and R, Uninar and LG. Yes, tell me where should this Uninar and where should this LG be? Question information. Now Uninar and LG. Now we have one more information. What is the information we have? S. Now last was Sony and what is the other thing left over here? Vodafone. Sony and Vodafone must be together. Now can you take O? O is Sony. If O is Sony here, Now number of persons between, this condition is invalid. Okay, sir, children. As many persons between S and R, same between union R and LG. S and R, there is only one. Union R and LG, there must be exactly one. Now if I take Sony and at this place, Sony and Vodafone here, then in between S and R there is 1 person. Union R and LG, there will be how many persons here? 3 persons, which is not possible. Which implies that Sony cannot be on the 4th floor. As Sony cannot be on the 4th floor, and the one who owns Sony must be on the 6th floor. If Sony is here and Vodafone, if Vodafone is here, number of persons between S and R equals to Union R and LG. Now this will be Union R. If this is Union R is a network, Union R and LG. As Union R and LG is here, then now what is the final thing left over? LG is left over. Now between Union R and LG, Union R is here. If Union R is here, then what is left over here? 8L. 8L must be at this place. Done? Here there are 2 crucial informations in between and as many persons in between these two. Jagrata cheyalandi idi. Why? Because there are 3 important information. What are those 3? In between and twice the total, isn't it? And in general there is every chance of taking a mistake. As this is about question number 7 to 8 to 11. As question number 8 to 11, first write down this arrangement. And this is about question number 8 to 11. Has completed writing down this? Then 12 to 14. 14. Now question number 14. Now in this question number 14, tell me what is the information we have. And some mobiles are coins. Some of the mobiles or coins can be given like this, mobile and coin. Some mobiles and coins. Some coins are gold, some mobiles are coins, some coins are gold. No gold is a charger. Now this is coin, no gold is a charger, and gold and charger, this is infant, and all charges are black. Now all the charges are what? All charges are black. Then with the help of this one, first one, and all mobiles never gold. All mobiles are never gold. Is possible or not? Mobile is here, gold is here. As of now, they can never be, they can never be gold. Now, whether they can be gold or not, all mobiles never gold is a possibility. కుదరదు అంటున్నాడు. కుదరదు అనేది ఛాన్స్ ఉంది అన్నాడు. ఉందా లేదా? Now, where is the possibility we have? No, these are the mobiles and these are golds and these two are not intersecting. It is possible. Possible అన్నాడు కదా. ఈ రెండు కలవదు అనేది అవుతుందా అని అడిగాడు. అవుతుందని చెప్పొచ్చో లేదో. Then second, all charges are black is a possibility. All charges are black is a possibility or not? All charges are black. Yes, tell me whether it is possible or not. All charges are black. Now all charges are black is definitely true, isn't it? Isn't it? Hence, what is the answer we have? Now all charges are black is true or not? All charges are black is true. As it is true once, whether it can be possible or not. Now it is 100% true. Unless and otherwise it is true once, it cannot be true for 100 times. At least once. Possibility means we have to prove it is true at least once, isn't it? Hence both 1 and 2 you have to take. Keep that. As next one, question number 15 onwards. Now question number 15 onwards, what is the information we have? There are in total how many persons? 12 persons. There are 12 persons A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K and L, and these 12 persons are sitting opposite to each other in two different lines. And what are those two different lines? E, D, H, I, and K are facing south, and the remaining 6 persons are facing towards north. Hence, in total, we have some 12 persons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and again another case 1, 2, another row 4, 5, and 6. Hence, in total, we are having some 12. And among these 12, and who are facing towards south here? E, D, H, I, A, K. Now, E, D, H, I, A, K are E, D, H, I, A, K are facing towards south. And the remaining person. What are the remaining persons we have? B, C, E, F, G, J are the persons who are facing towards. And then L undali kada inka. B, C, E, F, G, E is repeated here. Hence, in the place of E, we need to have L. Done. Now 6 persons are facing towards south and 6 persons are facing towards north. Then are sitting opposite to each other in two different lines, but not necessarily in the same order. In these groups of two of them are females. Now here he is talking about which group? Now the group which is facing towards south. E group gurinchi maatladutunnam. In this group, how many females are there? 2 females. Now in the group which is pointing towards south, now in this one there are 2 females, and how many males are there? There are 4 males. 2 females and 4 males. Then in this group 2 of them are feminines, that is females, and the remaining are males. And females who are facing south are facing towards north. Then how many males are there? There are only 2 males, and the remaining 4 are females. Done? Here the information. What is the information given here? The number of females who are facing towards south is the same number of males are facing towards north. That means there are 2 females are facing south and 2 females are facing north. If 2 females are facing north, the remaining 4 persons are females facing north. Done with this? And so among these 12 members, there are 6 males and 6 females are there. And out of which 4 females are facing north and 2 females are facing south. And 2 males are facing north, 4 males are facing south. Then, now females who are facing south, same number of males are facing north direction, and males who are facing south, same number of females are facing north direction. Done? Next one. And the next one is persons who are of the same gender are not facing each other. Isn't it? That means a male and a female are always opposite to each other and not diagonally opposite to each other. And they cannot be diagonally opposite. That means same gender persons cannot be opposite to each other. At the same time, they cannot be diagonally opposite to each other. Diagonally opposite means from one corner to the other corner. The longest diagonal you have to take. And no 2 successive members are sitting together according to alphabetical order. That means according to alphabetical order, no 2 persons are seated together. That means, example, if A does not sit with B, and B does not sit with A and C, because B's adjacent letters are A and C, hence B cannot be adjacent to these 2 persons A and C. And no 2 successive members sitting together according to alphabetical order. Then next one, no 2 females who are facing south direction and no 2 males who are facing towards north direction are facing each other. Isn't it? No 2 females who are facing towards, no 2 females who are facing south direction, and those 2 males who are facing towards north direction and no 2 men are facing north direction are sitting each other. Then all of them likes a different dry fruits. They like different dry fruits. Then condition number 1. A K is sitting immediate neighbor of the one who likes peanuts and almond. Now K comes under which category? K comes under the persons who are facing towards south. Now this K is adjacent to the one who likes almond and the one who likes peanut in any order. Peanut or almond, almond or peanut. And K is sitting immediate neighbor of the one who likes peanut and the one who likes almond. And one who likes hazelnut is not seated at the extreme ends of the line. And one who likes raisin is not facing south. Hence raisin, the one who is facing raisin must be towards north only. Raisin is facing towards north. And next one, and H who is an immediate neighbor of. Now this is again very crucial information. H who is an immediate neighbor of the one who likes peanuts and one of them is seated at the extreme ends of the line. One of them is seated at the extreme ends of the line. One of them means either H or the one who likes peanuts must be at an extreme end of the line. And either H extreme end of the line undali, peanut extreme line. Now can you take peanut here at this place? If peanut is here, then H will be here. If H is here, now this peanut is, K is adjacent to peanut and almond is not possible. Are you following this one or not? Which implies that peanut cannot be at the extreme end. As peanut cannot be at the extreme end, and so who must be at the extreme end? H is at the extreme end. If H is at the extreme end, peanut is here. If peanut is here, then almond is here. If almond is here, K must be here. Follow here any? And that is one possibility. Then what is the second possibility we have? Now the second possibility, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here again 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here if H is here, then this is a peanut, and if this is peanut, this is K, and this will be almond. And then, and this is about the information. And one who likes a hazelnut is not seated at the extreme ends of the line. We have not taken this information yet. And raisin is facing towards north. And B is seated second to the right of the one who is sitting opposite to almond. Opposite to almond, isn't it? B is seated second to the right. Hence B is set. Opposite to almond, B must be at this extreme end. B is seated second to the right of the one who is sitting opposite to the one who likes almond. Then F is sitting diagonally opposite to the one who likes prunes. F is diagonally opposite to prune. F is diagonally opposite to prune. F can be either at this place or at this place. Isn't it? There are two possibilities. Then H can be prune or this person can be prune. Isn't it? And similarly, now in this case, F must be here. If F is here, and the one who likes prunes must be at this place. Follow Tunaran? F and prune must be opposite to each other. And G likes pista and is sitting to the immediate neighbor of the one. And G likes pista. And G likes pista and is sitting an immediate neighbor of the one who is seated at the extreme ends of the line. Isn't it? Now, and this G likes pista and is seated immediate neighbor of the one who is seated at the extreme ends. Hence, where should this G? Hence, G must be here in this case. Avuna kada? Ikkada avadu kada extreme ends ki pakkana ye chance ledhu. B is there. Hence, in this case, where should this G? G can be either here or here. There are two possibilities in the second case. And G. Whatever this G, G likes pista. G likes pista and is an immediate neighbor of the one who sits in and is neighbor of the one who is sitting at the extreme ends of the line, and the immediate neighbor of the same gender, and is immediate neighbor of the same gender, isn't it? Now the G is immediate neighbor of the same gender. G is immediate neighbor of the same gender. Immediate neighbor of the same gender means immediate neighbor of the same gender. That means the adjacent persons of the G must belong to the same gender. And they are immediate neighbor of two people. That means those two people must belong to the same gender. And immediate neighbors of G belongs to the same gender. Then L is sitting third to the left of the one who likes walnut. And L is seated third to the left of the one who likes walnut. And C is. And C means L. L is a female. Now L is a female, and where is L? L is in the row which is facing towards north, and she is sitting opposite to the one who is sitting to the immediate right of I. Immediate right hand side of I ki opposite evaru unnaru cheppandi? L. Isn't it? L is sitting third to the left of the one who likes walnut. As L is seated third to the left of the one who likes walnut, now L cannot be at this place. Are you following or not? L is seated second to the left. Then, and if you take L at this place, L can be here or not? L can be here. If L is here third to the left of, L is sitting third to the left of the one who likes walnut. Walnut, and C is opposite to the one who is to the immediate right of I. Immediate right hand side of I and I and K must be in the same place. Isn't it? Yes, are you getting my point or not? Now L, if you take L at this place, now this corner will be walnut, and the person who is opposite to L is to the immediate right hand side of I and I. Facing immediate right hand side of I, which is not possible here. Hence, I cannot be here. Hence, L cannot be here. As L cannot be here, L must be here. If L is here, I is here. If I is here, and this L is what? L is a female. L is a female, isn't it? L is a female, and seated third to the left of the one who likes walnut. Walnut is here. Follow avutunnarani? And walnut is here. L is seated third to the left of the one who likes walnut, and C is sitting opposite to the one who is to the immediate right hand side of I. Immediate right hand side of I. Then if L is here, then where should this F? F must be at this place. And this F is opposite to whom? Opposite to the one who likes prunes. Ante kada? F and prune. Diagonally opposite to prunes. Hence where should this F? Now prunes must be at this place. Now this person is prunes. Then after these prunes, as what is the next information here? L is sitting third to the left of the one who likes walnuts, and C is opposite to the one who is seated to the immediate right hand side of I. And H does not like prunes. H does not like prunes. Now H does not like prunes here. H does not like prunes. Isn't it? Then next one. What is the next information we have? H does not like prunes. E and J are facing opposite to the one who likes hazelnut and dates respectively. Now E and J. Now this E and J. Now these two persons, E is opposite to whom? E is opposite to the one who likes hazelnut. And the one who likes hazelnut is not at the corner. As E is not at the corner, hence this E, hazelnut cannot be at the corner. Hence tell me, now E is opposite to hazelnut. As E is opposite to hazelnut, then tell me where should this hazelnut? Hazelnut can be here or hazelnut can be here. And there are two possibilities. Because hazelnut cannot be at the end, there are two possibilities for this hazelnut and hazelnut E and J. And J is opposite to dates. As J is opposite to dates, as J is here, dates must be here. As J and dates are opposite to each other, what is the only possibility? And J must be walnut. Onagada? J. And this J is opposite to whom? Opposite to the one who likes dates. And K is dates. J is opposite to K. And now we are left with E and hazelnut. And next one. Persons who like fig and cashew are immediate neighbors. Fig and cashew nuts are immediate neighbors. And those two persons must be B and F in any order. Onagada? B and F. And fig and cashew nuts are immediate neighbors, and one of them seated at the extreme ends of the line. That information is not at all required, isn't it? As that information is not required, now this B and F, that must be cashew and figs must be either B and F in any order. And one who likes pine nuts and D are seating immediate neighbors. Pine nuts and D are immediate neighbors, and immediate neighbors means where should this D? Pine nuts and D must be immediate neighbors. Pine nuts and D are immediate neighbors. Hence D can be almond, isn't it? Or D can be in between H and K. Pine nuts and D are sitting immediate neighbors, but D does not sit opposite to the one who likes raisin. D is not opposite to the one who likes raisin. And D does not like opposite to raisin means. Hence where should this raisin? Raisin cannot be here. Raisin cannot be in these two places, hence raisin must be here. Isn't it? Raisin is here. Then, if raisin is here, and where should this hazelnut? Hazelnut must be in between this pista and walnut. Why? Because now this B and F are cashew nut and cashew nut and fig. As cashew nut and figs were there, now this must be hazelnut. Follow here? And if this is hazelnut is opposite to whom? Opposite to E. And E and hazelnut are opposite to each other. Then, now raisin, pista, hazelnut, walnut, and next one, prunes, almond, date, and peanuts were done. Next one, one who like cashew nut does not face D. Cashew nut does not face D. Hence, where should this D? And cashew nut does not face D, D must be here. As D is here, and D is not facing cashew nut. As this D is not facing cashew nut, hence F likes cashew nut. And if F likes cashew nut, B must be fixed. B is fixed. Now, raisin, pista, hazelnut, walnut, figs, cashew nuts were done. And next one. And one who likes cashew nut does, and immediate neighbors of E are females. Immediate neighbors of E are females. I and K are females. If I and K are females, the remaining persons are what? The remaining persons are males. Because in this one, there are 4 males and 2 females. If I and K are females, and these 2 females, persons who belong to the same gender cannot be opposite to each other. Hence, I and K are females, and these J and G and J must be males. If these 2 are males, the remaining persons, all the remaining persons are females. All the remaining persons are females. Then, yes, what is the other information left over here? LG, JBF. LG, JBF, now C is left over. And there IEK, DH. ఇంకేం మిగిలిపోయింది చెప్పండి IEK, DH, A is left over. A is prunes. Then, as prunes, almond, dates, and peanuts were done. ఇంకా మనకి 2 ఉండిపోయినాయి. H and I గురించి ఇంకా మనకి తెలియలేదు ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్. H and I. Any information regarding this one? And I. And L is sitting south to the left of the one who likes walnut, and C is sitting opposite to the one and I. Yes, any information we need regarding this? I and L. Now, ఇక్కడ పైన గురించి ఏదో ఒక ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ ఉంటుందండి. Now, one who likes hazelnut is not sitting R, and one who likes raisin is not facing south, and H is an immediate neighbor, and B is seated second to the right of the one sitting almond, F is diagonal opposite prune, G and pista, an immediate neighbor of the one who is sitting at the extreme ends of the line, and L is south to the left of the one who likes walnut, and C is opposite to the one who is sitting to the immediate right of I. H does not like prunes, E and H. J are facing opposite each other, and who likes hazelnuts and dates respectively. Persons, fig and cashew nut are immediate neighbors, and one of them seated at the extreme ends. One who likes pine nuts and D are sitting immediate neighbors. Pine nuts and D are immediate neighbors, and this H must be pine nuts. If H is pine nut, then whatever this I must be pecan. Done? As this is the final arrangement we have. What is the final arrangement? Tell me. A, I, E, K, D, H, and at the same time, next one, and in the second row, L, G, C, J, B, and F. Now 6 persons and 6 persons. And this A likes prunes, and this I likes pecans, E is almond, K is dates, and D is what? D is peanut. H is pine, L is raisin, G is pista, C is hazelnut, J is walnut, B is figs, and F is cashew nut. Now in the row which is facing towards south, I and K are females, remaining are males, and in the row which is facing towards north, G and J are males, the remaining 4 persons are females. Isn't it? And one information, what is that information here? The persons who are seated are not seated in an alphabetical order. That information we haven't used that one at all. Now in this paragraph, most of the information is redundant information. Redundant, redundant. One is, what do you mean by this redundant? Redundant means the information which is not required. Now in this one, alphabetical order. And without using that one, the persons who are seated adjacent to each other are not in an alphabetical order. That information we haven't used that one at all. Isn't it? At the same time, and some information is given. What is that information here? the persons who are diagonally opposite to diagonal cannot be of the same gender, isn't it? And that is also not required, because a male and male in one row is facing a female in the other row. Ante saripindi kada, avuna kada. Now in this one, what is the other information we have? No two persons of the same gender are facing each other. That itself is enough, isn't it? Because you are having 4 males there, 2 females here. Now these females are opposite to whom? Opposite to males. And those females are opposite to males. And so most of the information is redundant information. And in some other question, there is a possibility of asking for a redundancy. Which among the following statements is a redundant అంటాడు. అప్పుడు ఏం చేయాలి? Now we have to check out which information is not required. ఇచ్చే ఛాన్స్ అయితే ఉంది. Redundant is nothing but not required. Done with this? And this is about question numbers 15 to 18. Then, as next one, what is the next one we have? As 19 to 21 is based on sequence, and 22 to 26 input and output chestana leda sequence input output. Now in this input and output 22 to 26. Now in this 22 to 26. As now in this 22 to 26, just 1 minute. Now in this one, tell me what are the numbers we have. Now we are discussing about the final arrangement. 90, 66. Now 396, 326, 25, 101. Now sir, among these numbers, now which is the highest number here? No sir. Now 90, 66 and 326. Then among these numbers and 25 and 101, these two numbers are what? And these numbers are odd numbers in the ascending order, isn't it? Now among these numbers here, if you observe here, now in the first one, how are you taking this one? 101, the highest odd number. Then and 101, what happened to this 101 here? 101 is the highest odd number, isn't it? Then afterwards, and in the second one, the lowest odd number. In the second, highest odd number followed by lowest odd number. Then highest even number followed by lowest even number and next even number. Are you getting my point or not? Now from step 1, step 2, step 3 and so on. Highest odd number, then next lowest odd number in step 2 and a highest even number, lowest even number, and again the next highest even number, next lowest even number and so on. And this is about the numbers. Then coming to these words. Now in these words, if you observe here, now all these words are arranged in the alphabetical order, isn't it? They are arranged in the alphabetical order in such a way that the last letter in the alphabetical order, C, L, R, S and Y. By taking the last letter into consideration, all these words are arranged in the alphabetical order, C, L, R, S and Y. Done? Hence in this one, now the first one, in step 1 we have taken C, and in the next one we have taken L, R, S and Y. C, L, R, S, Y, here also C, L, R, S, Y. Done? And this is about the input and output. And the remaining questions, if possible, tomorrow I will discuss about. Done? Now and the next is English.